Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Bricks for notifications and updates. Also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all at Bricks. Okay, good morning and once again, and I hope that you have had a good week. Nigeria is definitely, it may not be for the rest of the world, and maybe it is slowly becoming so because of southern Kaduna, because of what is happening politically, because of what is happening corruption-wise, but definitely what is happening in southern Kaduna. This radio program, Saving the Niger Delta with Bricks, is a privately sponsored radio program by Bricks. It is sponsored purely because I believe that we need to have our voices heard. I believe that it is what I want to do. It is what I have been called to do. And as long as there is life and as long as there is funds, I will continue to broadcast. We broadcast the truth. We talk about the truth. We talk about things that are happening. You can say that Saving the Niger Delta with Bricks, we walk into where other producers of radio programs don't dare to go in. But it is about our lives. It is about our future. It is about the tomorrow of our children, of our region. It is about every ethnic nationality in the enclave that some unfortunately are comfortable in and some unfortunately are not comfortable in. Now, what we need to do is find a solution. We know what the problem is. This program is dedicated to the people of southern Kaduna. This program is dedicated to the Christians of Nigeria, wherever they find themselves. And this program this morning at this particular time is dedicated to a great gentleman, a friend of mine that I admire a lot. When you say a gentleman, he is truly a gentleman. He is Dr. Obadiah Mailafiya. And he is from southern Kaduna. If you have not heard about his video, his 1 hour video, that have gone viral all over the world, where he has stood up and have spoken about the pains of what is happening to his people. He has suffered according to what he has said and according to things he has said in the past. He has suffered personally, directly, due to the fact that his people, his relatives, his people have suffered during this onslaught of the people of southern Kaduna, the killings of the people of southern Kaduna, the helplessness, the defenselessness, the fact that the people of southern Kaduna cannot defend themselves. That is against the law of God himself, that people should be rendered helpless and defenseless. And that is why God always came to the defense of the children of Israel. If you're a Christian, and it is Christians that are being persecuted. If you read the Bible, you know that at every step of the way, when God found it necessary, he came to the defense of the children of Israel, his children, his people. There were times he fought for them single-handedly by himself with his angels. There were times that he empowered them to fight for themselves in the Bible that we read today. And so if it wasn't different then there should be no difference now. This is also a call for all Christians in Nigeria, wherever you are, in northern Nigeria, in southern Nigeria, in the Niger Delta, in the southeast, in the southwest, if you and the middle belt, if you are a Christian and you believe that you serve a living God and that his son is Jesus Christ and he died for you and he rose after 3 days, that you may have the opportunity to have your sins forgiven and you may have the opportunity to go to heaven when your time comes. Then you must be able to rise up. This is the call, not a criticism, a call on the leaders of Christianity in Nigeria. Martin Luther King, Desmond Tutu, these were leaders in Christendom. These were leaders in Christianity. These were pastors that stood up against evil in their time. This is a call on all pastors, on all worshippers of the living God, on everybody that believes that you have a shepherd, a pastor, a prophet. This is, if you believe that, then you are a Christian. And if you are a Christian, then you are following the teachings of one person. Hopefully, it is the right teaching of what the Bible says. There are people who are not teaching rightly. It's not, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying that that is the reality. Now, if you follow pastors, if you're a member of a church that believes in the living God and teaches the living God, please begin to tell your pastors, begin to let the pastors know how you feel, how stressed you are, how pained you are that Christians are being persecuted in Nigeria. Unfortunately, it has been going on for a very long time. I found out about it in 2014 when I was a delegate to the 2014 National Conference. That was when I first came in contact over a 3-4 month period with people from southern Kaduna. And that was when I realized that when we say northerners, it is the real northerners are majorly Christians. And when we say northerners, we should be careful and knowledgeable not to include the people who came as immigrants, the people who migrated, the people who came to the northern part of Nigeria, the people who in the 18th century came in with a religion and came in with the slave trade, looking for black Africans to capture. These are facts. These are historical facts. My people of Southern region, my people of Niger Delta, every ethnic nationality in the region of the 6 states that make up the Niger Delta. What we're talking about today is not coming, it is here. If you remember, if you're listening to me, and if you remember, in February, the Niger Delta Self-Determination Movement, when the governor of Delta State was confirmed as the chairman of the Niger Delta governors, or the South-South governors, whichever you prefer. I prefer Niger Delta because we are a people that are in that geographical location. Now, all the governors came together and announced that Governor Okowa of Delta State is the chairman of the Governors Forum. At that time, the Niger Delta Self-Determination Movement had a particular body they could address. So we wrote a letter to Governor Okowa, calling on all his brother governors, all 6 of them, including Okowa, making 6, and addressed each of these letters personally to each of them in their states, in their government houses, and it was delivered to them. We have the receipts. They did not respond. They did not make a call. That is out of courtesy, out of Niger Delta Self-Determination Movement. We don't know who you are, but we received your letter. or Niger Delta Self-Determination Movement, we know who you are and we received your letter. But a few days later, they made an announcement that they were going to create their own South-South security body, just like Amatekun, just like the Southwest 6 states Yoruba ethnic nationality governors have done, that they, the South-South governors or the Niger Delta state governors, that they were going to set up their own security body. They have not. I repeat, they have not. If they come tomorrow after this broadcast and announce that they have, it is after the facts of what I am saying today. They have not set up the security apparatus. That was why it was necessary for some of these governors to rise up, leave their beds during the COVID-19 lockdown, to begin to go to their borders, a few of them, for a little while. And they found people who were hiding amongst cattle. It's unbelievable what people will do when they want to destroy you, how far they will go. And yet, all Niger Delta people, men and women, politicians who claim to be working for us, are doing nothing. And yet their counterparts in the north, excluding the Middle Belt, are sending people, uneducated people, foot soldiers, jobless people, to come down to the Niger Delta, occupy the forests from Edo State all the way down to Rivers State, all the 6 states. In some states like Bayelsa, 2 years ago, already 1,200 hectares called Bayelsa Palms, a place where they should be using as a business to generate palm oil. They gave it to Fulani headsmen. The governor at that time, 2016, gave 1,200 hectares. Whether he gave it to, whether he sold it to, whether he leased it to, that is not the point. The point is that if you go there today, you will find Fulani headsmen there. In Bayelsa, in Ijo land. If you go to Elele, Eche, you will see them. They have turned communities that belong to the people into lorry park. From the port in Port Harcourt, you will see Dangote's lorries lined up on both sides of Aba Road. It's not his state. And yet the port somehow has been ceded to him. And all he's doing is importing things through Port Harcourt. There is no money being made there for Rivers people. And we have people, entrepreneurs, business people, a government that does not want to find a way around it, to speak up. We are speaking. Ordinary people like me, I am not paid to speak. I am not doing it because somebody told me. I'm doing it because God called me. And as far as I am concerned, and as far as everybody who loves their life is concerned, as far as everybody who loves their community is concerned, we have reached the point where we must rise up and claim what is ours. I am calling on women. I'm calling on the youth. If you are 18 and above, if you're between 18 years old and 50, you fall within the bracket of a youth. And if you're even strong, by the grace of God, the way I am, even above, if it comes to that, you can work with the youth. We must work with the youth. And women and youth, please listen to me. listen to me. This is your right. I beg you, this is your right. Many times on this my program that I sponsor called Saving the Niger Delta with Anchor Bricks, I have said severally I have used 3 different stations since 2012. I'm in Garden City 89.9 now, and hopefully it will be the last stop. I will continue, but I will not move to another station. Maybe I will upgrade with technology and everything, but we'll get to that when we reach there. In the past 8 years, since the flood of 2012, I have used this program to speak the truth, to continue to highlight our issues and problems the way that I have seen it. As a person, from 1999, I started in 1998, but from 1999, when Dr. Peter Odili came in as a governor, I have stood with Rivers people, I have stood with Niger Delta people, I have stood with Ijo people. When it is needed, I have stood with Ogoni people, I have stood with Ikwere people. When there have been oil spills, I have stood with Egi people. I was arrested in Egi by ELF with 3 French journalists that I took to Egi. I have been across the Niger Delta to try to infuse issues, facts, and information into the understanding of our people. I will continue to do so. I fear only the living God, not a human being. I will not fear a human being. If you think that you believe or you know what I'm saying is true and you want to be part of what I am doing, you are free. Get in touch with me. By the time you ask a few people across the Niger Delta, somebody will give you one of my numbers. I'm not going to broadcast it over the air. You can inbox me. Now, going back to the fact that I have been saying since 2011 or 12, when I first said on a radio program that the problem of Nigeria and therefore the problem of the Niger Delta people is northern Nigeria. Go and Google it. It was an interview I gave. And I gave a reason, several reasons actually, why I say so. I say so because we cannot have our region with the resources in it, have so-called representatives, and nothing is done in our favor. This was along the lines of calling for resource ownership and management of whatever God has given to us, whether it is Isam, whether it is Ngolo, whether it is Asakabari, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be oil. Whatever it is, we have a right to control it. We have a right to control our waters. I said on the on the TV program, that the problem at that time, Goodluck Jonathan have already become the president. I said that the problem of Nigeria, as I'm looking at it, is religion. I said that 8 years ago. The government of the day countered what I said. The government said the problem of Nigeria is not religion. Today, the problem of Nigeria is religion. Yes, it's religion. When the list was released of the number of people that own oil well in the Niger Delta, when the fire business came on in the early, even in as early as 2004, when it was named after a particular son of Rivers State, I was shouting, let us have license. Our people, our representatives, our governors, should demand that they give license. People should apply for license. If you want to apply, I and Q-Bricks want to apply. The oil is in my region, is in my state. Why should I not benefit with it? But people who were getting crumbs and thinking that they were doing oil and business and still doing oil and business were saying, I'm putting sand in their gari, I talk too much. They didn't agree with me. The politicians are still not able to understand what it is they must do. Infrastructure is wonderful. Bridge is wonderful. That's what we've been asking for. School, welfare, good hospital, good roads, investment. All of these things are wonderful. But right now, today, in 2020, all of a sudden, these things seem not to matter anymore. The reason is, if people are dead, if people are enslaved, the bridge is not going to be of use. The flyovers are not going to be of use. The road, the east-west road, is not going to be of use. Who's going to drive on them? The priority is wrong. The priority of the Niger Delta people, the priority of the Niger Delta governors, of Niger Delta politicians is wrong. NDDC, Amnesty, Ministry of Niger Delta, who are the people that are going to benefit? After the strangers have stolen what is ours, along with our own people, mind you, along with our own people. And it is not only about this, I do not agree with people that say it is only about the people that are appointed now. No. Yes, they have a question to answer. They should explain what they did with our money. The IMC, from when they were appointed, from 29th of May 2019, when the new president came back for second tenure, and he appointed them, his people, they are his people. It's an APC appointment. It's a political appointment. It's not an appointment by the people. So they are appointed there by the president of Nigeria, who is not from the Niger Delta region and who is not from the party that the Niger Delta region have chosen their politicians and their representatives on. So those people are there in the name of Niger Delta, but not by Niger Delta people. So whatever they have done, it should go as far back. I agree that the audit should be done, but it should go back. Let us not be distracted and be fooled as if there was no corruption in the NDDC before the IMC, before 2019. No. So that one is there.